Washington University, Washington, D.C., and is an alumnus of the Kellogg School of Management. Today he'll be sharing with us the status of the Indian electrical industry and its potential. I welcome him to the podium, please, sir.
Thank you very much. Professor D.P. Agarwal, Chairman UPSC, Dr. Balachandran, Founder and Dean, Great Lakes Institute of Management, Mr. K. Radhagopal, Director and CEO, Lanco Power, Dr. Naidu, Mr. Mohan, Lakham Raju, ladies, gentlemen, students. It's indeed my privilege to be here amongst you and share my thoughts. At the outset, I'm just reminded that Dr. Naidu welcomed Dr. Balachandran by introducing him as the most qualified person on the dais. By the same measure, I must be the least qualified person, but I have a uniqueness about me. I was actually taught by the best. I was a student of Dr. Balachandran. I also want to especially congratulate the incoming class and also the second year students who are here today. I encourage you all to look beyond the ordinary, look beyond yourself, beyond your immediate domain. I think India remains one of the youngest nations in the world. By comparison, if you see, Japan is having an average workforce age of 50 years plus, and India has one of the youngest workforce age. And so India is, the future of India is going to be the youth of India. And I think hence the future belongs to you. I think the youth of India today has the talent, has the energy and the will to create a difference for itself and for the nation. I also want to especially congratulate at the outset Dr. Naidu and Dr. Balachandran for their shared vision of coming up with this very unique program. I have had the privilege of addressing several students in different colleges and universities. The kind of program that we have developed here is truly unique, and I'm sure this is a great asset to the industry also as we go forward. In spite of hiccups, the Indian economy is growing at a healthy rate of about 8.5%. Thus, it is no surprise that even the Indian power sector is fairly vibrant. The power sector will also grow at around 8.5% to ensure that it doesn't become a bottleneck in the coming times. All of this means that India is going to be a $600 billion market in the next 8 years. This is not small by any measure. And as a result of this, the world's leading companies are today looking at India and wanting to be part of this. So there is intense competition that's going to come in, but of course there's going to be a huge opportunity in India in the power sector like never before. I'm often asked about the future of power sector and how long will this growth story in India continue. My answer is simple, and I don't want to make it a statistical answer. There are enough statistics which I'm sure you're familiar with. My answer is straight from the heart. I think till every citizen in every village, in every state of our country gets electricity 24/7 by 365 days, and your engineers, stable voltage and frequency, predictable electricity, till that time our job is not done. And till that time the power sector will remain a vibrant opportunity in our country. And how long is that likely to last? I feel that India is going to reach that stage in maybe 20 or 25 years. Hence, at least for next 20 or 25 years, you are going to be part of the sunrise of the power sector in India. And I think this is giving you a unique opportunity to make a difference for yourself and for the nation. Let me share some thoughts about IEEMA, the Indian Electrical and Electronics Manufacturers Association, which I represent. Since its inception in 1947, IEEMA has been involved with providing statistics and support to various stakeholders in the power sector. Today, IEEMA has about 800 members who between them have produced 90% of all the electrical equipment today installed in the country. So whether you are at home or in office or in your classrooms or even in this hall, 90% of equipment used in bringing you electricity is produced by our members. And I think our biggest contribution to our nation is that we make sure that this electricity comes to you in a safe and convenient manner. One of the other activities of IEEMA, for which it is perhaps most well recognized, is that IEEMA develops what is called the IEEMA Price Variation Clause, commonly known as the IEEMA PVC. I'm pleased to share that this IEEMA Price Variation Clause is used by almost all utilities across the country, by the power grid and the Indian Railways, to refer to whenever it has to adjust the prices of equipment based on commodity level prices which go into producing that equipment. It is also my proud privilege to share with you that IEEMA has been recently invited by the Department of Heavy Industries, which is part of the Ministry of Industries, to assist in developing the Electrical Industry Mission Plan, which is going to be the guiding document for the next 10 years for almost all the stakeholder ministries and the Planning Commission. We think it's a very important document which is now under work, and this document is likely to be finalized sometime in September, so that it provides key inputs as to the way the government policy is going to be around the electrical industry and toward the power sector. Another important activity of IEEMA, which is more relevant here for you, is that we actually hold a national competition for engineering students and college students on innovation in the power sector. Typically, we attract about 400 colleges from across the country who participate in this competition, and the top 40 of these colleges are then invited for an all-expense paid trip to Mumbai for 1 week during the ELECRAMA exhibition, so that they can showcase their innovations. And ELECRAMA was already mentioned as the world's largest electrical equipment exhibition. It's more like an electrical industry carnival rather than an exhibition, because we attract so much of interest from all over the world. India embarked on an ambitious journey of electricity for all by 2012, when the government of India triggered the power reforms through the Electricity Act in 2003. Since then, India has come a long way. Our per capita electricity consumption, which Mr. Rajagopal was referring to, has almost doubled from 2003, when it was about 400 kilowatt hours, to now, which is about 736 kilowatt hours. By any stretch of imagination, this can be considered commendable. However, it remains pitifully low when you compare it with the developing world, and we are not even in the same league when you compare it with the developed world. I think we cannot even begin to think of ourselves as a developed nation if we are not able to promise electricity for our citizens. In trying to address this very fundamental question, IEEMA supports all initiatives of the government, and we work toward trying to fulfill the common objective of the government and all stakeholders of bringing electricity to all of our citizens. Thankfully, we have moved ahead of Roti Kapda Makan, and today I think the age is upon us of looking at Swasthya, Shiksha and Bijli, and not necessarily in that order, because somewhere I think electricity is a trigger for a lot of other change that needs to be taking place in our society. Once again, I think congratulations to IEEMA and the Great Lakes Institute for this alliance, and I also want to congratulate all the students who have taken the bold step of joining this college. I am sure this is going to lead you in the right direction. My only concluding message to all of you students is to trigger change, to be the change, and also to inspire change in the society around you. India needs it, and I think you are the future which can actually make it happen.